Okay, per fluoro.
All right, we are now live streaming. It looks like it didn't push the first time, Chris.
Okay, well, we are live streaming. Come on in here, Chris. Sit down. What are we up to?
What are we up to? I'm up to 6'2".
Are you?
Anyway,
Yeah.
folks,
Camera 4.
we have a fun time today. We have the governor coming in. We're going to be talking all about the North Bennington water issue. And this is a little bit behind the scenes. And what camera are we looking at?
Wherever I'm pointing is where you're
Follow the bouncing ball.
Right. So we're going to be talking with the governor. We're going to talk with Alyssa Shurin. She is the Environmental Conservation Commissioner. And then we're going to talk to Robert Spees. He is in charge of waste management. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is our set today. We change it up for Bennington Unwrapped. Generally, our regular show, we have a bigger table. Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped, we have a different set for that, which you all know. So it's going to be fun. I'm kind of excited, aren't you?
Right, I am excited, and it'll be good. We can get some answers. We can help people understand what exactly the problem is and what some of the solutions right now to date are. It's a complex issue.
Well,
and I'm sure a lot of people are very frightened right now.
Well, you know.
So we're hoping that by having this, we can help people to understand a little bit about what's going on, so we don't need to be in panic mode.
Right, that's exactly right. See, I think that's the thing is with the panic mode. People have a tendency to panic. They hear something, it's bad, let's panic. And then, you know, what was it, John Wayne, I think, he would always be shooting first, and then he'll ask questions later.
Right, yeah.
Oh, did I do something wrong?
Well, you know, when fear comes into play,
right,
people, that's the natural place that people go. So the way to get alleviate panic is with information.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do here, is we're trying to give people information.
And we have probably the 3 best people you could possibly get.
Right, to ask those questions, you know. So we only have a half an hour with them, and there's a lot to cover. I mean, you could cover just the history of PFOAs. That could take a whole hour.
That could take a whole day.
It could. Just learning about it. I can't even say the word.
Well, I did learn something about PFOAs.
You can just say PFOA. You don't even need to spell it out, right?
Right. I can't even say what it is.
We use lots of acronyms around here anyway.
Right. I can't even say what it is. So this is kind of what we do, folks. We're just getting ready here, and
right. So we're waiting. We're waiting. They were at another location.
Right.
Over in North Bennington.
They were at the college.
At the college, doing a press conference.
What did they?
I believe.
Think about that. This is a press conference.
Well, this is not exactly, because
the press isn't here.
This is a in-depth interviews.
I'm gonna try the word. I'm gonna say the word dit. D-I-T.
Dit.
Yeah.
Like ditto.
No. Like who did it?
Who did it?
All right, well, let me go get my
spelling
book.
has never been your strong suit, right?
I know, because it's in the bathroom.
So, are you ready for your mic? Do you have mics out?
No, I want to get my cup. All right. You
can always ask our floor manager, Kara Spindler.
That's right.
Oh, there's somebody trying to get in the door.
Go get that.
I look like Matt. Aren't you going to come under your shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We are live here.
Waiting for the guy.
Waiting for the guys. Let me try to
fix that.
Fix you.
Hey, Chris, you pulled up your shirt on TV.
There you go.
Maybe I can show my tats, right?
You know, he is an outdoor guy. He mostly, so you got to understand. There are some limitations.
Hey, how does that sound, Brian?
I'm not listening.
Oh.
He's not listening. He's not listening to you. Ryan's up there in the control booth.
Stuff sounds good.
Oh, I sound good.
But
so.
you know, this is, you know, I think while we got the time, we may as well talk about this great
Cat TV.
Cat TV.
Cat TV. We have this wonderful opportunity, this wonderful space here that is open for people in this community to be able to use to put on shows.
And put on their own show. Exactly.
Right. And we thought, well, we started that Bennington Unwrapped about
October.
There's
Ryan.
Then there's Ryan.
There's Ryan. Doing last minute things.
He's going to make sure
I
he
forgot
sees
microphones.
things.
Did you?
No.
Oh.
He sees things
Actually, I
through the
guess we
camera we don't
probably-
see here, so he's always coming down,
Probably do want this through here.
picking off specks of dust and lint and
HD, right?
right.
Are we HD right now?
Well, recording in HD.
All right.
Right. So, live streaming, yeah, it's a lot of fun to
They should put their mics on the left side.
on the
I
left
forgot to mention
side.
that part.
Well,
So
that's
okay,
Kara's
they'll-
job.
Because
They're-
we
they'll
have
all
it
be
on the
facing
right
in.
side, and
Yeah.
those will be on the left side.
By the way, what do you think of the set? I like the set, don't you?
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You like the set?
Yeah, so we dug
I like
a
it.
fern out from outside and stuck it in a pot.
Yeah,
you
they're
know.
coming out early.
They are.
are, they
with our
are.
warm weather. Oh, look. We have some people walking through. Hi, Matt.
Yeah, there's a
So,
camera there, so
gotta watch
be
camera
careful.
4.
We're live streaming. You never know what.
You
We
never
might
know who's
catch.
coming through, right? It's awesome. Well, what else?
What else?
Oh, I want to talk about Cat TV, about
Right, we're
how
talking
they have
about
great
Cat TV.
programs here. You could come and do your own show.
Right.
They have
What-
classes.
I don't know what people can see through those cameras, but through the camera. But we have 4 cameras on us right now.
Right.
We have all professional lighting, so that we can really light the set properly.
Right.
We have mics. We have lapel mics that we're wearing.
why they call
Plus
it
we have
mics.
it a boom mic because they're short for microphone.
Oh. All right. I can't say I have like a Mike Harrington on.
No, you could say that. Maybe you could put a little mic here.
Should I put a little Mike Harrington picture on me? That's funny. Hi, Mike Harrington. That's funny.
Right. We have a lot.
I could put a little Michael
We
Caine.
have a lot of fun here, even when we're going to talk about something serious.
Yeah, there's a lot of mics out there.
There are a lot of mics.
It's way funny.
I
All
don't
right.
know how many mics.
Gosh,
do you
it's
know?
12 o'clock. This is
So-
the part that I hate about the waiting.
The waiting. You're not.
You know, I
that's
could
not-
just walk right in.
Is that anybody's strong suit? Does anybody like to wait?
Kara, you like to wait?
I hate to wait.
Hate to wait. That's like a universal. Don't people just hate to wait? And now with technology being so fast, we hate to wait even more.
Yeah, that social media is not a good
Right? It's
thing.
got to instant. We
I've
need
decided that I'm
everything
done with
instantly.
social media.
Oh yeah.
Well, at least
right.
for a half hour. Well, I'm not even done for the half hour we're on social media.
Sit here, so
We have
still on social
we
media.
have fights because you are looking into your phone too much of the time.
Look into that camera and tell him that.
He looks in his phone too much.
Well, I gotta know what's
Everybody
going on.
does. No, you're looking at stupid stuff. Look at this! Wow, is that what you're
Fern,
spending
why
your
not
last?
between 2 ferns?
No, but I'm looking at stupid stuff like that cool ice skating thing. Like those
Oh,
guys
yeah.
jumping down and
Right. So he's saying he wants to do this. These are these people who skate down this. Oh my God! You gotta be in really good shape. Now, Chris was a skater,
I was
hockey skater,
hockey skater.
and that's why he had surgery on his ankle
Yep.
to fix all the problems. Now he wants to
See?
do this kind of very dangerous.
Well, first I want to get back in the river fishing.
Yeah, we'll go with the fishing. No more hockey.
barrels feel good.
Can I walk in the water with these, Kara?
Yeah, as long as you don't go past.
You know what Steph says to me? She says to me, I don't know, last week, she goes, I got to talk to you about something. I go, what? She goes, don't wreck the shoes.
Right. Go buy the most expensive. What are these? Merrells or whatever.
Merrill's or Kenny's? Merrill's.
Merrells. The most expensive shoes. And you know, they usually last 3 months. I mean, really, what's the point? So I told him, if I catch you standing in the mud with those shoes, I'm going to shoot
I
you.
might just get whacked.
That'd be the end of him, right?
Well,
So,
you know, I'm
see,
looking
we
at
can
your hair.
talk
You look
about
like
nothing.
you look like a glistening mallard duck feather. It's all shiny.
But that's the look I was going for.
The mallard
The
duck.
mallard duck.
Well,
Oh, I shouldn't be doing that.
what? Mallard duck?
Banging things with my hands.
Why?
I don't know. Ryan said not to.
All right.
All right. We're good.
We're good.
We're good like Seinfeld about talking about
Nothing.
Nothing. You know, let's do a show about nothing.
I like that. This is a show. Bennington Unwrapped truly is a show about nothing. So is Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped. Think about that for a second. What do we talk
Everything's
about?
nothing.
It is. It's about nothing. Who wants to do anything about nothing?
Nothing is a great thing. Do
It
you know,
is.
without nothing, there would not be something. Zero is like the most important thing. It's the most important number of all the numbers.
Zero is not a number.
No, but it's the empty space around everything. Don't you know there's more empty space in your body than there is solid space?
Well, yeah.
Emptiness is what defines us.
Ah, gosh, that is
Without
so...
emptiness, we'd just be...
Talking way over my head. I'm a chimp, remember?
True, true. True.
All right, let's go. Let's get
Maybe
this
I
show
could-
on the road. Jeez. We're still waiting for our guests to arrive. They're running late. They did contact us here at Cat TV, so they are running late.
People do that.
I should, when they come in, I should ask them, hey, fashionably late?
Fashionably late, yes.
I don't understand that either. How did that start?
Well, it's a good thing we don't have a specific time
Hey,
slot.
Kara,
on
I got a
TV.
question for you. When we film, are we just doing, if we give our guests a bottle of water, they can put them down by the floor, and we're not going to be...
I'll check with Matt, with Ryan on that.
Check with Ryan, so that, because I want them all to have
Bottles,
waters.
but they may need the water.
Because when you talk non-stop, it gets old. Kind of like when we were doing
You
radio.
don't think you can talk for a half an hour without having a sip?
I can talk for a half hour without taking a break.
Without taking
I
a
could
breath.
talk without a breath. I could talk for 30 minutes straight without breathing.
I'm aware. I am aware of that.
I'm like a seal.
A seal.
They don't take they can go underwater for an hour, I think.
How about
They'll
a
breathe it.
dolphin?
Dolphin.
How long can they go underwater?
A minute.
No, it's
2
longer
minutes.
than that.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
I don't think so.
A whale.
I really don't feel like sitting here. I want to get up
How
and...
about a whale?
A whale? Yeah. I think I want to get up and walk over there.
No, I think you should just sit down.
I don't want to... Sorry, Chris, you can't get up. They're here. Are they? All right.
If they're going to have water, it's going to need to be in the mugs. They'll need to hold the mugs through the show.
Ask them if they want to do that.
If they want water in a mug, ask them, yeah. They can
Okay.
have that.
Ask them. All right. Well, our guests have arrived, so they'll be coming in about another minute or two.
So now you see the action. The
Here comes the action.
The miking action.
So the guests are parking.
Okay.
They're parking. Are
They're
they going
parking?
to come in this door down here?
We don't know. Maybe I can go out here and drive
Go out there and...
That'd be
get them.
great.
Because there might be some photographers out there, so we want to.
Yep.
We want to make sure it's
Here we go.
timing. Oh, they might be here right now.
Okay. That's pretty exciting, really, isn't it?
How are you? How long you had this studio here? I think about 12 years.
There's...
Wow, look who's here.
Hello!
Great to meet you.
Our guests have arrived, folks.
We are live streaming right now.
So you're good. You're good
So
to go.
You're good. Come on in. And,
Come on in. Will
I
it-
think you'll be sitting in the middle chair there.
Yes.
You know how to
Do you
mic
know
up,
how
right?
to mic up?
I do.
Governor Chris Bates, how are you?
Hi, I'm Stephanie
Great to
Calabro.
see you,
Nice
Stephanie.
to meet you.
Thanks for having us down.
Oh, I'd
Anytime.
love to have it.
Great to be down in the Forgotten Kingdom of Senator Sears calls
I
it.
know.
What I call the best part of Vermont, southern Vermont.
You know, I got into a conversation with a guy about where does southern Vermont start? I said 1 inch from the border of Massachusetts.
1 inch.
1 inch line. That's southern Vermont.
Just
Why'd you
there,
give
that,
an
that
inch?
one.
Why'd you give an inch away?
I don't know where it is. I don't know where it starts. I should have just said right on the border. All right. So, are we having one more guest?
Yes.
Yeah,
we
we're
actually have 2 more guests that are joining us, but they can come in if you want to.
Well, we would like to
Okay.
talk with, I think,
Who do you have?
Richard? Was that his
Yep.
name, Richard?
Yep, Richard should be here any minute, and then Tracy Dolan, the Deputy Commissioner of the Vermont
Health.
Department.
Okay.
will
Okay.
be here as well.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So we only have, like a few questions. We only, I think, have a half hour or something
Yeah.
along those lines. So
Are you live now?
we are
live
streaming live.
right
Hi,
now.
everybody.
Hi.
Why don't you fire it up, and then when they come, they come.
Oh, we can do
Okay,
that.
we'll get
All right.
started in a minute.
We can do that.
As soon as Ryan
Hey,
is-
Ryan,
What's up?
we're going to go ahead and get fired up right now. And when they show up, we'll just take a break.
Because we have 2 more coming.
2 more guests.
Well, we'll fit them in somehow.
They don't both need to be there, too.
Yeah, we can move out. They can come in.
Are,
Okay.
are these your guests that you're waiting for? Hello.
No, that's security.
That's our
That's your
security guy.
security
Keeps us safe from
detail?
dangerous people like you.
So, real quickly, I'll give you a rundown. So we'll talk with you first
Sure.
about,
What?
well, hold on, the PFOA issue and how it came to be and how it was brought to Vermont. Was it a natural progression from Hoosick Falls to here and so on down the line? And then,
You mean how they found out about
yeah,
it?
how you found out about North Bennington with the issue. And then, Governor, then we'll talk to you about what's the state's role in it. How are you going to step in and help whoever we got to help and how it's done?
Are there
Great.
any questions that you would like us to ask
No,
that we
Okay.
haven't
you
maybe
can ask anything you want.
maybe haven't
We're
thought
going
of?
fishing. Because we do another show called Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped. And
Oh, wow.
So I'll talk to you about that.
All right, I can't
All
wait.
right, so give me a countdown and we're ready to go.
Can you grab the go first?
We do 9-minute segments. I'll say she'll give me a countdown and then we'll go to like a 2-minute break and then we'll come right back. Okay?
Take it away.
Oh, I was just talking to her. Yeah, I didn't have it open. Thank you.
I love this. Look at the tense. Look at the tenseness of everything. Carrie, you're all tense.
What goes in?
She's holding up a thing, trying to hold
Oh,
it
we're trying to
steady.
fix our
Got
camera
a
real
white
quick.
balance on it.
You can actually zoom in on that.
All right, that's good, Karen.
So the lights are bright.
Okay.
And Chris, we won't want the clapping or anything. While
No more clapping.
Behave.
Get it out of your system. He's
And
a
you are
clapper.
the commissioner.
Commissioner,
Commissioner.
Department
Environmental
Environmental
Conservation. Got it.
Alyssa Shurin.
Okay.
so for
Come
the
on,
whole
hey, we
time-
got our
the whole
man
time
here.
that we're live streaming, you're going to be live on camera. So even when we go to our break and we just take a short break, you'll still be live.
Cool.
Okay, great.
Would you guys like water? If I give you water in a cup, you'd have to hold it.
I'm
we're
fine,
good.
thank
You're
you.
good? Okay.
We might need a chair for Tracy Dolan when she arrives, but besides that, we're good.
We're not drinking the water down here.
The municipal system is great.
Drinking the water, right? These
That's funny.
Poland Spring.
We're not drinking the water. I quit.
I haven't drank the water
I
in
love that.
a long time.
I'm not drinking the water. I quit. Throw this out.
They do actually have really good water down here.
Yeah, they do.
Coming off.
How do I say your last name? Speece?
Speece. Yes, sir.
Species.
Like species.
Species. That's
We
what
were
I
just
said.
talking about
We were
that.
saying that you were just one species, not a whole species.
And you're in competition with my boss who's on VPR right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Chuck Schwer.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to win.
At least here.
At least there for right now.
Right, Brian? You want me on one?
And you're the waste.
Waste Management and Prevention Division.
Prevention.
I hope I
waste
remember
management,
this.
Prevention. Oh, all these words.
We about ready?
Becca, Rebecca, you we ready to fire?
I
He's
can
going to give us a.
I just have to check a few things.
Alright, yeah, he's doing
He's working on it. We try to get it all set up and then when.
Do you go by Becca?
Becca,
Becca.
Becky, I answer
Beck-
pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I'm low key.
All right.
Hey, Brian.
So we also do an outdoor show, and it's regional, and we film it out of here, or we're on location, and we film it, and then we put it out.
Great.
We're on huntingchannelonline.com. We're on Orca Media picks us up.
Oh, cool.
So and then just got picked up by the
Outside insiders.
Outdoor Insiders.
Outdoor
cool.
insiders.
So it's and
That's
I
great.
trout guide and I do all kinds of stuff out here. So
Neat.
We have one more guest, I believe.
okay,
We got the Deputy Commissioner of Health who actually knows what she's talking about.
okay.
Okay.
Do we have a chair?
Okay.
We might want to swap
Yeah,
out
take
guests
this one.
after a segment.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll do
we'll do
that.
that.
We're
We'll do
going to
that.
swap.
Where are you going?
Well,
Do you
Sit
want to
down,
be
species.
first?
Okay, yeah,
We're
we're
gonna-
gonna-
Yeah, sit
I
down.
can wait.
You can do a segment after.
Yeah,
Okay, sounds
we'll,
great.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to go. It's kind of like a baseball pitcher. Let's go. Let's throw the first pitch. Gosh.
Waiting is hard.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. Thanks for waiting for me.
Yeah, you have a
Is
lot
it?
of a
We'll
lot
always
of
wait.
sampling to do later.
How's
We-
that
we do.
Camry running?
Yeah.
Camry's beautiful.
Is it used?
Can you believe
It's
he bought
brand
a
new.
car down here
Brand
when
new
he,
one.
he was down here for so long?
You bought a car down here
I
in
did.
Bennington?
From Carboni.
Oh!
Carbone.
We're creating jobs. We're creating jobs while we're down here.
I see that.
Well, yeah,
You ready?
that's true.
It's awesome. All right.
So given the time, we might need to do a 9-minute segment, and then we can
Yeah.
leave them, the
And
two of
let
them, to
these
do
two
the
do-
next,
yeah.
do the
That's
9-minute
fine.
segment.
We gotta
Yeah.
get
Okay.
him up there.
All right.
Did you fly or drive?
We drove. Yeah.
So yeah, we just do 3 9-minute segments and that's it.
Okay. So
Cool.
we'll start with you two.
Great.
All right.
I did get some feedback from a number of people, and they all appreciated you coming in.
Oh, great.
How'd your thing go over there at the college?
It's a good conversation. I mean,
Did you have a lot of people?
It was packed. People are anxious, as you can imagine.
I just don't like to hear. I personally don't like to see the panic and the, you know, you got to have all the facts and you got to have the information and you got to just know what everything's going
Yeah.
on with this because you know, if you look at our friends to the west of us, you know, the panic is set in and now what? You know, you can't buy anything there, you can't sell anything there, you can't
Yeah.
do anything.
No, that's right.
So I don't like to see that here.
Yeah.
That'll be a bad one. We ready?
Quiet on the set.
All right, we're ready to go.
You ready, Steph? Christian.
I'm ready.
He's
We're ready.
He's gonna do the intro. Right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Welcome into this edition of Bennington Unwrapped. I'm your host, Chris Bates. Sitting alongside of me, of course, Stephanie Calabro. And folks, what a show we have today. We have, I think, probably the best guest we could ever possibly get in the state of Vermont. We have the Governor Peter Shumlin. We have Alyssa Shuren, the Environmental Conservation Commissioner, and Richard Spees. He is in charge of, what is that again?
Of
Waste.
managing the project.
Okay, managing the project. All right, so I kind of want to get this going pretty quick because I know that we're all kind of on a time constraint here.
Right,
So,
yeah. So we're talking about the PFOA issue in the water supply
In North
here
Bennington.
in North Bennington. And so let's start with
Alyssa.
just really quickly, if you can give us a recap of what is the issue that we are dealing with.
Sure. Well, PFOA was used in manufacturing processes that would make nonstick coatings like Teflon or wire casings. And we had a facility here in North Bennington, the ChemFab facility that was later bought by Saint-Gobain. And you know, we have been looking, so that chemical may have been used in that process there, and we've been now seeing some hits of that chemical in waters, in private water wells directly across from the facility, 3 private wells there, and then down the street about a mile, a commercial well, as well as a bedrock well at the wastewater treatment facility as well, are showing positive results for the chemical PFOA. We have concerns about that, which is why we've drawn a mile radius around the former ChemFab facility. And then Richard's been going out taking water samples for the past about a week and a half now with others in our department, and because we're trying to get some answers about how far is the contamination and what does that mean for folks. We decided to start testing right after we got a call from, well, actually, a couple local legislators got a call. Senator Sears and Campion and Representative Morris, I guess, had been engaged in a conversation with a concerned citizen watching everything that was going on in New York around Hoosick Falls. So they reached out to our department and said, could you proactively do some testing here, which we did. We got the results back, and then you know the story after that.
So we were doing our homework on this PFOA, and I'm from the Midwest, so I never really heard of it until I came here. How dangerous can this possibly be? I did some homework on the water system. Now, if it gets into the ground, is that worse than the water?
Well, it depends. I think about exposure.
Right.
So I think about, well, if people are drinking it, that's not good.
Right.
So we want to stop that exposure immediately. And we have a standard that the health department has set as an acceptable level for this chemical, and we have test results that are significantly higher than that standard. And so right now we're working to get those folks. We have gotten those folks bottled water. We have gotten the private wells treatment systems on their homes at this point, and we're talking about long-term solutions to this issue. Yeah.
So, Richard, I have a question for you.
Sure.
You go out and you test the water. How is that done now? So that the viewers that are watching this, how is that actually done? Do you go to their faucet? Do you go to their well pump? Do you take it from some other place? How is that done?
So normally we start by turning the water on to start to flush the system, so we can take a representative sample of what the water is in the ground. And then we actually go down to the pressure tank before all the treatment. One of the things about the geology in North Bennington is the water's pretty hard. And so almost every house we've been in has a water softener. And so we want to get before that system to get a representative sample of what's in the ground. So we go below the pressure tank, and there is a place there where you can collect it. It's a very complicated and sophisticated test that has to be run. So we actually do a lot of quality assurance, quality control right there in the field to make sure that what we're getting is representative of the water.
Right.
And then those are immediately put on ice and shipped out that night to a lab in Wisconsin where they do the analysis.
Wow. See how complicated? I told you, Steph. There's more to that than
That it's not just a simple little.
You're not putting the little 4 little drops like you're testing your fish tank. It's like complicated, which is good. So, Alyssa, then, where do you go from there after the health part? How does it? Where do you continue to go, or do you stop and then let Richard take over, and then it goes to the governor?
Well, we're trying to get our arms around the problem, and I think our right now. So we know the few tests we've taken have shown up to be positive for the chemical, and so we've taken about 135 additional tests at the end of last week.
Okay.
And those test results, those drinking water test results, will tell us. Will give us a lot more information to get our arms around the problem. We're looking at a bunch of different angles. We're looking at air, we're looking at soil, we're looking at water, and the response has been very fast. We got the test results, I think 9 o'clock in the morning, a week and a half ago on Thursday. I brought those to the governor immediately.
Wow.
And within about an hour and 15 minutes of that, he was holding a press conference on it.
Do you see this still becoming a Pandora's box, where if it's North Bennington, is somebody going to call up and say, hey, I think you should check another site, and then what?
Well, we are getting tips from folks said, oh, well, maybe there had been dumping here or there of the chemical, or maybe it went down the drain. We're following up on all of those leads and working really closely with the Environmental Protection Agency to get those questions answered.
And then, Richard, obviously, you're going to be jumping all over through hoops, testing wells.
We are. We actually have a team out right now who's testing south of the plant. When I'm done here, I'll be going out and doing additional testing.
Let's ask the governor, though. I'd like to know, what is the state's kind of position or responsibilities in this? What is the state doing for it?
Well, this is where we're coming from. And I'm incredibly proud of my team who's been working together with the local community quickly to get to the bottom of this. Listen, your home is your sanctuary in Vermont. It's the place where you think you can raise your family, raise your kids, be safe and secure and healthy. And, that's the quality of life that we all love about Vermont. So there's nothing more heartbreaking than when you realize that your kids, your family members have been potentially ingesting water and maybe other things that are exposing them to carcinogens that are proven to hurt you, hurt your health, and perhaps affect your longevity. So there is no problem greater than this one. So what I've said to my team is, listen, let's partner with the folks in North Bennington to figure out what the problem is, how widespread it is, who's responsible, and how we hold their feet to the fire to make sure that we make the best of a very bad situation. So this is what we're doing. As the commissioner just mentioned, we're testing we started testing locally. We got some bad results back. Now we're taking a whole 1.5 mile radius, and the team is out there testing everything in that 1.5 mile radius. We will have those results in about 8 to 10 days. When we do, we'll be totally transparent about what we found.
Okay.
If we found that there is contamination beyond the places that we have found already, we'll keep testing broader ranges. We're also testing soil, we're testing the brook and the rivers, we're going to be testing everything. So then the question is, well, what do you do about it?
Right.
Well, the answer is this. We will be doing what's logical. First of all, as you know, we have clean water available in a number of locations across North Bennington. Everyone who's worried should be using that water.
Right.
But that's not a long-term solution. So the long-term solution is to extend the North Bennington water supply to the folks who currently don't have it.
Right.
And that's something that we're going to be all over, trying to engineer that, get it done as quickly as we possibly can. Then the next question is, well, long term, what's that mean? What's that mean for my property value? Not only our homes, our
Right.
sanctuaries, they're also our major financial asset. And we hope that over time they go up, that our kids benefit from that, or you sell it in retirement and you benefit from that.
Right.
So these are all the questions that we're going to be going after. But what I can assure you is, we don't have all the answers, but we're going to partner with North Bennington, with Bennington, to make sure that we get answers quickly, that we get solutions as quickly as we possibly can,
Right.
and that we hold whoever's responsible for this pollution
Right.
accountable, their feet to the fire, so that we try to make folks as whole as we possibly can when their health could well have been impacted. And
Right.
think about this. I mean, you wake up in the middle of the night as a mom. There's a mom up there at the meeting today. We just had a big community meeting, hundreds of people there. And it's heartbreaking. There was one mom who said, my daughter is suffering from some kidney challenges we have no history of in our family.
Right.
Well, your mind is racing. Is that because of where
Right.
she has been living?
Right.
Another guy came up to me at the end. He didn't say this publicly, and he has cancer in his finger. He said, we got no history of cancer in my family. I've been living in this plant, near this plant for 15 years. All of a sudden, I got this weird cancer. So this is really tough stuff, and I'm extremely concerned. And we're going to work together with this community to try and do the best we can in a really horrid situation.
I 100% agree with you. I'm an angler, so I'm concerned about the streams and, really what does this stuff do? If you can hold on, I got to wrap this little segment up and we'll just take a quick break and we'll come right back, okay?
Great.
All right, folks, we're going to be right back with more right after this.
Cut for that, we're still live.
Okay.
Do we need to hit the road? And if so, then Richard and,
Yeah,
and
and
Tracy
maybe we
can
should put them
answer
up.
those questions.
That's fine.
Anything else you want to ask us?
Well,
or you-
I want like
yeah, go ahead.
5 minutes or 2 minutes of your time.
Yep.
Is that should it become a bigger issue, where does the state go with that? I mean,
Right,
what
so
if it
I'll
comes
help
into
you with that.
Bennington and like down
Right.
Benmont Avenue or
Yep.
or any of those? What happens then?
So ask me that live, and we'll do that. Are you
Yep.
live?
Okay, we're coming up on a 5-minute segment.
Yep,
Okay.
just a 5-minute segment.
Okay.
That's it.
We'll just do 5 more minutes with
And then thank you so much for
Okay.
everything.
Quiet on the set. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And welcome back to Bennington Unwrapped. So right before we went to break, we were in a conversation, but I changed my topic here real quick, and because I know you're under a time frame.
Right.
So my last question to you, Governor, is: should this become a bigger issue, and it does come into Bennington proper, Benmont Avenue, and there's some other places, how is the state going to handle this? I mean, we have this circumference now from Hoosick Falls to Bennington that could possibly be contaminated with PFOA. So where do you stand?
So here's some good news. We have tested randomly with the EPA across Vermont, from the southern border to the northern border and everywhere in between, for PFOA. Bennington was one of the communities that we tested, the municipal water supply here,
Okay.
and it came back negative, so all was good. Now that does not mean it's not in individual wells, private wells that aren't on the municipal system.
Right.
So we're doing that testing right now. And, I've learned as governor, don't respond to challenges that you don't have, because you don't have enough time in the day to challenges to respond and fix the challenges you do have.
That's right.
But all I can tell you is, this is not, we're not going to fly off here and leave Bennington behind. This is a major problem. Concerns me greatly. I am governor until January, and I promise, as a governor who was born and raised in southern Vermont and is coming back to this promised land as soon as I'm done being governor, that we are going to not only do everything we can to solve the short-term problems, how do we get clean water to folks where we have found proven contamination, but the long-term problems. What do we do about property values? How do we hold whoever did this pollution accountable so that folks don't don't suffer financially because of this crisis.
Right.
So, you got my pledge that my team's with you. This is what Vermonters do best. When we're in crisis, we come together and we work together. And I'll give you an example. You take a guy like Norman LeBlanc up in North Bennington. We came down here with a bunch of problems. Our water systems were freezing up. He was out there on cold nights figuring out when it was getting cold. We came down, they sent in pallets of water. Never occurred to us that we couldn't just load it off. We needed a forklift. He says, I'm a problem solver. He's up the road. He's grabbing a forklift from somebody. He's down there. He's moving the water, getting it where it needs to go. So we're all in this together. I will not leave you behind. If anyone feels that we are not testing where we should be, that we're not doing enough, that you've got questions, call me, call my department. You've got a number, what is it, 802-828? What's the last four digits?
I don't know it.
We'll come up with the number. Make sure that people know.
802-828-1058. Call that number.
Okay.
We're here to help.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I can't thank you enough for stopping by to talk a little bit about this. And I know I want to talk after break with the health commissioner. Is that who it is?
The deputy commissioner.
Deputy commissioner. Because I got a whole bunch of questions for that.
She's also a comedian, by the way. So you need a little humor in this.
We're definitely we're all on humor.
I'm not supposed to say that because she doesn't like it, but she's a comedian.
Oh, but
very funny.
all right, we'll make sure that.
Well, it's good. It's good to have a little humor in the
She's serious
face of
by day and funny
serious
at night.
things.
All right. Well, thank you again for stopping by, and we'll have to get out fishing sometime.
Great.
Get hold of you before you leave office, and we got some great fishing in Bennington.
Oh, I know, man. You
And
got
we're
the bat
testing
and
the
kill.
surface
Well,
waters.
right, we have the bat and kill. We have many
That's what I was going to
rivers.
ask. Because the water's always moving, I don't know how concentrated the PFOAs are actually in moving
Is
water.
it safe? Safe to eat the fish?
We're testing that right now. We don't
Okay.
even know if it's, let's be clear, we don't know that there is any PFOA in surface in water rivers. So, then that will tell us a lot, frankly, because if it is, we know that we've got a ground problem,
Right.
as opposed to what could have been a problem where when the plant was running, rainwater brought down the PFOA, and that led to contamination. So those are all questions we get the answers
trout
to.
fishing. That's for damn
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
so much.
Well, hang tight 1 second. We gotta take
Thank you so much for coming in and talking with us and with our viewers.
With our viewers are all, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
We
6,
know we're all here for
We're all here, all watching, right?
That's right.
All right, folks, we need to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more right after this.
All right, team.
Cut, we're still live.
We're still live.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your
Put Dolan down here. She'll get you really straightened out.
great.
Yeah, we wanna
great.
talk a little
Thank
bit
you,
about,
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
That
She actually knows the facts.
yeah, that's
Good,
what we
good,
want to
well-
hear.
Health facts.
Take that so you don't lose it.
Okay,
We can
good.
go
Thanks,
fishing.
guys.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Put it back on.
Oh, take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'd
It
like
was
to
great to
get
meet
you
you.
back to come on and talk a little bit more.
Thank you.
Sure, yeah.
get more.
When I come back, we'll reach out. Sure. Thank
These
you.
two move
Okay.
that chair out.
So I gave him the wrong number. It's 10:38.
Oh, that's
10:38.
If you could announce that, I'd
we
appreciate
will
it.
put that.
Oh, I will.
you can.
Yeah,
Just at the end of the show, just say,
Kara-
hey, if you have more
Kara.
questions.
Grab that chair and move it out.
I knew I had to
The
check.
picture. There we go.
So
So.
we're going to talk, I'd like to talk really on what the effects are of all this and how we get rid of it. If you can answer, I don't know if you can or not, if that's your department.
It is our department at this point. It's a little early for us to know the answer.
Then I won't
Right.
ask
I
that.
can certainly, you can ask or not. That'd be,
Okay.
we'll take easy questions and hard ones.
Okay.
Whatever you want to give.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I want to know really what PFOAs are
Yeah,
and how they affect
the body.
the body.
Yeah,
The body. Yeah.
Absolutely. We're just
Right.
going to let you run with it.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
All right. That'll be cool. So, anyway.
So what is your title again?
Deputy Commissioner of Health.
Terry, you didn't get your picture.
Deputy Commissioner of Health.
Oh my god.
You didn't get your selfie. Oh.
You didn't get your picture.
It's okay.
It's all
And
right.
they have a whole team running and trying to figure things out as well.
Oh, health
Yeah.
does. Yes.
health.
Yep.
I'm sure it's complicated.
So do you have a health team that then comes down?
Who's that? Oh, Shannon, hi.
Shannon,
Yeah, you can go home. Sorry, I didn't even see you there. Thank you for
I'll be
everything.
over in a little bit.
Okay, bye.
Safe travels.
Thank you very much. Thanks for everything, Shannon.
What do we got? One more 9-minute?
I think we're doing 13.
Okay.
13.
Let's just go run the whole 13. All
We'll
right.
just go without a break.
We'll just go without a break.
Yeah, we tried to do 9, 9, and 9, but that didn't work.
Okay, so one segment left.
We're just going to do all 13. 13 minutes?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll set the timer and I'll let you know when it's all good to go.
Okay.
Okay.
All righty.
Yeah, you got the governor for an extra 5. He only wanted
Right.
you for
Yeah.
the
No, well, we wanted to get them while we could.
Yeah.
Everything else ran over. Why shouldn't you?
It's all right.
I just want to remind, we have to make sure we keep the audio pretty consistent
All
because
right.
there are a few times when it was way blown out. So let's try to keep.
Sorry.
Yes, try to
No
stay
worries, just reminding you.
Yeah.
calm.
So, Steph, why don't you introduce them? And then I'll welcome us back. You introduce our guests, and then
Tracy Dolan, Deputy Commissioner of
Tracy
Health.
Dolan,
Deputy.
Deputy Commissioner of Health.
Yeah.
Tracy Dolan.
you'll get it.
And Richard Species.
We lost number 1. Yep, I made a move.
You want some water?
No, I'm good.
No,
Thanks.
you're good. You're good. Okay. It's kind of
Alright.
Well,
strange.
so-
We're live streaming this, and we really never did that before.
Oh, I see.
Right,
Okay.
usually we just tape it and then edit it and put it together,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Yeah.
We
We
like
wanted
being
to
guinea
live
pigs.
stream it
Yeah. we
so
can
that
roll with
people
it.
can see what goes on behind the scenes as well as what happens. And then we will edit it and make another
TV show.
show out of that for going on Cat TV and various internet locations. You never know where things kind of go.
I like the cup. You two are going to be on the Amazing Race pretty soon.
Oh,
We have cups.
We got
for
cups
you.
for you
We
guys.
have
Take 'em
cups
with you.
for you.
Oh, that's great. I would love a Bennington
Tracy,
cup.
can you just count to 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, thank you. Just a sound check. Everyone else good? Quiet on the set.
all right.
Coming to this camera. Guys, we're going to end the show on 2.
Right. Don't forget.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Welcome back to Bennington Unwrapped. I'm your host, Chris Bates, and of course, Stephanie Calabro. What a show we have going,
Right.
huh?
We have spoken with the governor and the commissioner of
Environmental Conservation.
Conservation, and now we have Tracy Dolan, who is the deputy commissioner, right?
Of Health.
Of
Yes.
Health, of
And
Health.
Richard
Richard Spees, who was here before with us, who is in charge of waste management issues.
All right, so
Let's talk about health.
Yes,
Because
let's talk
that
about
is the
health.
big concern. So, if it was just PFOAs and they were just specks of plastic, no one would care. But we care because it affects our health. And so maybe you could
shed some light on
shed
it.
some light
Sure,
on how
yes.
that does affect our health.
Well, just like DEC, we've had to also quickly come up to speed on PFOA and whether or not there are health effects. So we have toxicologists and epidemiologists and other scientists at the health department who have quickly pulled together the research. And there are associations between PFOA in your blood and kidney cancer, testicular cancer, inflammation of the GI tract, also high blood pressure, especially in pregnant women, and low birth weight babies. So we do have some areas where there is an association.
And now, Steph and I were reading some stuff about if you've been exposed at high levels, then is this true or not true? I was reading it in
Sure.
On a sheet that you printed out, is that it was divided by what, 3 or half? So if
Oh,
you're
the half-life?
the
Oh, the
half-life.
half-life.
The
Sure.
half-life in the blood serum.
Sure, yeah, so I can
Being-
speak to that.
Yes,
So
okay.
if PFOA is present in your blood, it has a half-life of 2 to 4 years, which means it takes 2 to 4 years to come down by 50%. And then it takes an additional 2 to 4 years then to come down again by 50%. So you might come down by half, and then a quarter, and then an eighth. So it does take years to leave your bloodstream, but the first largest amount leaves in the first 2 to 4 years.
2 to 4 years.
And when I mention an association between PFOA and those cancers and some of the other conditions, it's really important to recognize that we don't have literature that yet says that PFOA necessarily causes those conditions, because the studies that have been done are cross-sectional, which means you look at everything at one time. It's not like they're prospective, where you can follow a population and then say, okay, they're healthy, and now they get exposed, what happened?
Right,
So it's
yeah.
an association, but it's an association that's obviously quite concerning. So where people have had high levels of PFOA in their blood, we have also seen some associations in some
Oh,
places
that makes sense.
with some of these cancers, et cetera.
Okay,
Wow.
so what kind of levels are you testing people's blood now?
Our primary testing right now is in the water, and Richard
Okay.
can speak to that. But for those who are interested, so what we know is if you have high levels in your well water and you've been drinking it over a period of time, it is very likely it's also present in your blood at higher levels. But we will offer testing for those who are interested in getting tested, who also have water well results that are high as well. And so we will offer that testing. The CDC has offered to do the actual lab testing, so we'll do the blood draw probably in conjunction with your local hospital. And then CDC will do some of the actual lab testing for us.
Okay. And so determine that. Now, there's something else that I found interesting, because talking about half-lives. Now, the half-life in water is not the same as the half-life in blood serum,
Richard
right?
could answer that.
That's correct.
So what is the half-life of PFOA in a water system?
So the literature review said that the expected half-life in groundwater would be 92 years.
Yeah.
So it will be in groundwater for a long time, and certainly
Right.
if there had been some release from the plant, we would expect to still see it in water, as we have in some of the well samples that we've taken.
So for a very long time. So it is very important that people stop drinking.
That's
stop
the number one message.
infecting themselves or I don't know if that's not the right word, but they're not adding any more to their blood serum, so then they can start that 2 to 4 year process of
getting it out of their
getting
system.
out of their system.
Yeah.
Correct.
But if
Okay.
they don't know they have it, that's the problem.
Right. Well, I think it was confusing when I was reading about the half-lives. It's like, what is it?
Yeah.
Hopefully protective. We expect it to be protective. We'll certainly find out as we get results in the next week or two. But we've told everyone inside that area not to drink their water. And we've
Okay.
provided bottled water to them. Once we have results and we know they're impacted, we'll start getting that water delivered directly to their homes.
Okay.
And also the company has offered to put treatment systems on to remove it, so that when they give water to their pets or use it for bathing or for their gardens, that water will be clean coming out of their faucet for those
Okay.
purposes.
So that's going to go on each individual property?
It's a short-term solution
Right.
while we
Okay.
figure out the long-term solution, which we need engineering studies, and
Okay.
people have to actually go out and install
So the
those
filtering
water.
system then would be okay to use for gardening, cooking possibly, and your pets and bathing, not for actual drinking though.
It probably would be okay for drinking, but as an extra precaution,
Don't
because
do
you have
it.
to sample that
Right.
and make sure it's not slowly
Right.
leaking through the system over time.
Right.
We're going to continue to provide bottled water to people who are impacted, and just advise them that, if you're concerned, drink the bottled water.
Do you ever run into people that say, I've lived here my whole life and I'm fine? Have you ever run into that?
I have. Actually ran into one individual here in North Bennington who did not want us to sample their well.
Okay. Right.
Wow. See, that's what's so wonderful about our world, right? As human beings have that choice to say, get off my land.
And that's what I figured I would do. And then if we get results that show that they potentially could be at risk, we'll go back and try and convince them to to
Okay.
work with them to
So
solve
then
the problem.
in terms of like showering or bathing.
Yes.
Is that safe for people
Yes,
to
we're
be
rec-
doing right now?
Yeah, we're recommending that people limit it to, rather than the long luxurious shower, do a shorter shower.
You know, the 20-minute thing.
Yeah.
Hot
Generally,
shower, right?
we don't want people ingesting it into their mouth.
Okay.
For the most part,
Right.
and
so you got to watch out with kids.
yeah, with
because,
kids, you just monitor
they
a little
put
bit
everything
more.
in their mouths.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
we would just
so-
say monitor a little bit more there, but generally
Okay.
we're saying your hygiene processes are probably fine. You just be a little more aware and limit them.
Okay.
The good news that we found, so our analysts at the health department looked at cancer rates for this area and then also for all of Vermont. And we found that for the kidney cancer, which is one of the ones that's more highly associated, there is no statistical difference between the cancer rates that we found in the area affected compared to Vermont.
Okay.
So that's good news. And on the testicular cancer, which is the other cancer that comes up in the research, the numbers are so low because it is a rare cancer that we are inconclusive about what to say about that.
So
Okay.
do you find that this could be leaning toward panic situation, or are we in the state of Vermont jumping on this so that we're going to try to stop the panic?
I would say from a health perspective, and then you can speak from
Yeah.
the other perspective, I think because both our organizations and the whole state has been really early and transparent
Right.
with this information, I think we avoid the panic ideally. There are principles of risk communication, and one of them says get out early and say what you know, even if you don't know everything.
Right.
And I feel like
Right.
we've done that, and people really trust then when you say, this is what I know, this is what I don't know. People say, okay, well then they're going to tell me when they know this other part. Yeah.
Because people will jump on that information. They'll say, well, maybe I better look into it myself. So how do people understand what they're reading compared to how you guys read it
Yeah.
and understand it?
So they should go to their physician on the health piece.
Got it.
If they have concerns, if PFOA shows up in their water after the testing, if they have concerns, if they have noticed symptoms that they think, oh, maybe this has something to do with one of these conditions, go in and talk to their physician, and then they can determine together whether or not they want to get more testing.
So how long do you think the PFOAs have been in the water?
Well, the plant began operating in North Bennington in the early 1970s.
Okay.
There are all kinds of anecdotal stories of processes within the plant getting worse or better over time. So it's hard to say exactly when it began, but it could have been any time after that when it started being released from that area, or maybe some other, even before, from some other area. If there's something we don't know about, we're certainly looking into that.
Okay.
But
And
it could
how
be from
is it
there till it went out of
released?
business.
How is it released from the factory into the it has to, if it's in the wells, it's deep in the groundwater.
So we don't know all those answers. We're certainly
Okay.
working on that. There are a number of mechanisms for how it could be released from a factory, anywhere from dumping, which is a possibility, spillage, things going out into the garbage, and then rainwater mixing with that, the chemicals, and going down into the ground. There's something called blowdown, where inside of many plants, there's a lot of the chemical inside the working area, and the factory owners try and remove that and get clean air in, and in the process they send that to the outdoor air, and that falls quickly to the ground because it's a very heavy molecule.
Okay.
And in this particular plant at ChemFab, they actually dried the material, and so some of that potentially could have gone up the stack.
See? Boy.
Yeah.
So we're looking at all those, and we're going to try and figure out exactly what mechanisms. And it makes a difference because depending on which one of those mechanisms is the case, it could go in different directions. It could more
Right.
quickly or more slowly go into the ground. And so
Right.
we have to understand all of that.
But now that it's down in there, is there anything that can be done to get it out of the groundwater?
There are things, and there's certainly things that we'll be evaluating whether they make sense in this case.
Okay. All
But
right.
many of them will be very, very expensive,
I would
and some
think
of them
so.
will be technically almost impossible to achieve. So
So-
we'll be evaluating that and certainly bring that to the public.
Right, so it's
as
more
we-
likely that the filtering systems or whatever will go on to get the PFOAs out when they come into your home, rather than there's probably little to nothing we can do about the groundwater.
And again, that's a short-term solution. In a way, that's a small remediation around each one of those wells
Right.
as we pump water out and get the opportunity to get clean water in, but that's not the permanent
Right.
solution.
No, so a more permanent solution would be hooking up all of those properties to town water.
That would
that
certainly
is
be
planned.
a very likely one.
Yeah,
the most-
that's probably the long-term thing, and I'd like to explore that then with our town leaders as well.
Right,
talk
because
about
that is
kind of thing.
is an expensive proposition, and especially because people probably would like it to happen like by tomorrow, which
And we will be in the community a number of times working with the people who live there to figure out what's the best
We'd like to
solution for
have
them.
you back. We're going to be running out of time here, but we'd love to have you guys back on and follow up with this story.
to see how more is, as more
But
is
real
revealed.
quickly, we only got a minute left. Real quickly, do you see this growing bigger, or is it going to be contained?
So we're certainly hoping it doesn't grow bigger. So when we set the 1.5 mile radius, I actually set it, and I believed it was large.
Okay.
And we were hoping to shrink it as we got more information.
Okay.
We actually have a preliminary result. One citizen went out and took a water sample a couple weeks ago and sent it to a private lab in Washington State.
Okay.
They have their results. They're about a mile from the plant to the southwest, and they detected no PFOA in their
That's
well.
good.
Okay, so,
So
you're going
as
to
we get
try to
information-
determine the actual, area
Yes.
rather than just this random.
All right. Well, gosh, we're out of time, Steph.
I know. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It was great to have you on.
We would love
and-
to follow up with you guys, and remember, Steph, we got to look at this camera because this is how we end the show. But I'd love to follow up with you guys if we could, and when the show's over, maybe we can exchange some information, and I can get hold of you at a later date and have you back. So, all right, folks, we got to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Steph.
Goodbye. We love you, Bennington.
Cut, we're still live.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That
I
was,
was, God, you guys were a wealth of knowledge, but
There's a lot more too.
There
There is a
There's so
lot
much
more.
going
I
on.
had so many questions. I was like, oh my God, all
We couldn't
these,
get 'em all
reading
in.
all
Of
these
course not.
scientific things going. But I think we hit on a lot of the.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
but we
lot
would
of
love
the
to have you guys back
topics
if you're
and-
back in town, and
Watch your microphones.
Oh,
we'll,
yeah.
Want to give a wrap up to the live stream?
Yes,
Right.
I do. Hey, everybody, thank you very much. Make sure you check Cat TV out. We're going to be rerunning the show. Also, Bennington Unwrapped. You'll follow the times. Just check us out. Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped here on Cat TV as well. So thank you very much,
Point your
everybody.
finger there.
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you so
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
So-
everybody.
Thanks,
Thanks for
everybody.
listening. Thanks for